Hey Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for July 2016. I want to see what advice the universe has for Pisces. What can the universe tell us about Pisces? What energy is going to be around Pisces for July 2016? What would the universe like to tell Pisces for July 2016? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, I don't know why I see stairs. Steps. I don't know why that's coming to my mind. It may not have anything to do with this. But I just thought I'd put that out there, Pisces. So, the universe has to send Pisces for July 2016. Okay, Pisces. I know you can't see the spirit, so I'll hold each card up. I'm going to be pulling 5 cards. There are 5 Saturdays in the month of July, so I'm going to pull a card for each week. And we are well into July. I apologize for that, but I'm still going to pull the cards for the previous weeks because it is still relevant. Okay, so for the first week, Pisces, we have the devil reversed. I'm kidding. The devil reversed for the first week, Pisces. For the second week, we have the 7 of Wands. For the third week, we have the Strength card. For the fourth week, we have the 2 of Pentacles. And for the fifth week, and as the outcome, we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, Pisces, this is how I see this. And this is a general reading. Keep that in mind. So this is not going to apply to, every Pisces. Before I pull the cards, Pisces, I said that I saw steps. So we're going to get back to that in a minute. What I see in the first week, and keep in mind also, and this is the devil reversed, is that we're talking about energy that flows. So this may have been something that you've been dealing with. And the way I see it is certainly something, Pisces, that you've been dealing with for some time. But what this is saying to me is that you may be overcoming, and let me say this, there are 2 major arcana in this reading. Major arcana are things that can't be changed. These are big life lessons. These are big karmic things, and you have to just go with it. You either just have to sit back and enjoy the ride, or you have to figure out the best way to get through these things, because they can't be manipulated, they can't be changed. You just gotta roll with the punches. So again, with the devil reversed, I see this, Pisces, as maybe you've been facing some addictions: alcohol, gambling, sex, we can be addicted to all sorts of things. And I think the ones that I mentioned are it's the common ones that we all know about so well. But Pisces, what this is saying to me, though, is that you are now at a place where you are trying to, or you are coming out of this phase in your life, you've probably had some money problems, and maybe it's, the lack of money, the lack of resource. Maybe you don't have, you've just gotten to that rock bottom on that. You don't have anymore what you once had in order to support these addictions. You've had some, if addiction seems like too harsh of a word, maybe you've been leaning on some type of crutch, and now you are ready to stand on your own 2 feet, whether you were forced into this or whether or not you've made that decision to. But the devil reverse says that you can make that decision to stand on your own 2 feet, to separate yourself from whatever it was that you were leaning on, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, whether it's another person, because you may have okay, instead of that, for any Pisces out there that may be actually coming out of an addiction of alcohol or drugs or something that causes withdrawal, um, and going into that, you may be feeling some aggression, and maybe as you go through this process, sometimes we relapse is a part of recovery. If there are Pisces out there that are in some type of recovery, and if you're ready to face any truths about the process of addictions, and let me just say, I know this from my own experiences. Pisces, you are not alone. Trust me. There are many of us who have been through this. And as we go through these transitions, as we separate ourselves from the crutches, from the things that we leaned on, our bodies have to get used to performing on its own. Our brain has to get used to performing on its own. And sometimes it can be so painful and uncomfortable that it causes us to want to go back to get those things that once made us comfortable. And that's okay. You eventually can, and this card is saying that you can certainly work through that. You can make the decisions that you need to make to work through it. But as we try to obtain the things that make us comfortable, because we are not feeling well in body, mind, or spirit, we can become aggressive. Can become manipulative. Um, we can use trickery and just perform things that are so out of character for us on a regular basis, or as we are normally, that it's just like the devil's den. you know it could be horrifying as we try to move out of this. Now, with the Seven of Wands, this is about, and if you can see this guy, he's got 6 wands that are planted firmly in the ground. And you can see there's greenery there, there's grass. That means there's growth. And with all of this green, this is about healing. The color green is about healing. So in the second week of July, you are talking about this healing process that you may be coming into as you move away from these crutches, as you move away from these things that you lean on that once made you comfortable, but they probably aren't making you very comfortable anymore. The Seven of Wands says continue to stand up for what you believe in. Continue to stand up for yourself. In this particular case, if this is about some type of addiction or dependency, whether this is you or somebody else, maybe you're dealing with somebody else that's going through this, and maybe they are manipulating you. Maybe they have tricked you and been aggressive to you, and maybe they have borrowed your money, or you could be a codependent in this situation. And now you are facing money troubles because you have tried so much to help somebody else that was having a problem, and you continually gave them your money and your resources, and now you're facing some troubles. um, whether this is you that is coming out of the struggle, or whether this is you that is a codependent of the struggle, this Seven of Wands says that you are still fighting a battle, but stand up for yourself, because what you're thinking and what you're doing and is to be stood up for. You're healing, and what you don't realize is that you've already planted some firm structures. Now, using this wand as a weapon again, it's telling you to fight off whatever it is that's left that's trying to attack you. So if you are one that is, coming out of some type of addictions or dependencies or things like that, this is telling you to continue to fight, because you'll win. So in the third week, we have got what? The Strength card. It says it all. Be strong. Be strong and be tolerant of the process, which brings me to me saying I saw steps as I was shuffling the cards before I pulled the cards. Maybe some of you have gotten into a 12-step program. Maybe those were the steps that I saw. Maybe you are taking the steps, whether you have officially joined some type of program, you are taking the steps that you need to take in order to come back to your whole self, to your peace, in order to get away from these crutches or these dependencies, Pisces. So that's good work. And this Strength card, and you see there's an infinity symbol above her head. Keep going and going and going and going. And there's the lion. Oh, the lion, he's the epitome of strength. He's very strong. And again, there's grass, and she's got on this lovely white flowing gown. I mean, that's God's love. That is the support of the heavens, the strength of the lion, and the ability to keep going and going and going. And there's growth there with that green grass. There's growth, and there's mountains and back in the background. That's success to be achieved. That's prosperity. That says if you have strength and you continue to hold on and you continue to fight whatever this is that you are battling, whatever this devil is that's in your life, if you continue to fight and if you continue to have strength, there's growth and abundance and prosperity there for you. This is saying hang on. This is saying to hang on. With this Two of Pentacles, this is saying that you've got great changes coming to you if you hang on. You're going to have some responsibilities that are coming your way. Maybe these are responsibilities with the steps that you're taking. And you may be juggling some things. You're trying to, get things back on the up and up. And we're going to call this the up. And there's that infinity symbol again. And what that's saying to me is to keep going and going and going and going and going. Don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Got that infinity symbol twice. Once in the major arcana and once here in the tangible, everyday, changeable life. But you now are coming into what are new responsibilities. You're going to have some challenges. You're going to be juggling, looks like, an old life and a new life. An old life and a new life. Just like this, these, because he looks like he's trying to juggle these coins. And with this, and if you look in the background, you see those ships. And you see that water. Water is still about, this is about emotional growth. But it shows that there's going to be some rough waters And if you're dealing with addiction, if you know anything about addiction and dependency, yeah, they're rough waters. It's not going to be a cakewalk, people. If you are the codependent, let me go back just a moment. This is asking you to continue to have strength as you go through this with probably a loved one, somebody that you care about, obviously somebody that you care enough about in order to get yourself in a situation where you have become codependent and where maybe you have given up all your resources or your money. So this is asking you to continue to have strength within yourself to get through this. Continue with the Seven of Wands to fight and maybe to help this person fight. But it's asking you to have strength and to have tolerance with this person. Don't get angry. Just hold on and try to remain calm. And again, Pisces, if this is you that is, dealing with dependencies or addictions, things that you lean on, as you go through any types of withdrawals or anything like that, it's asking you to not get angry, to not get aggressive. And that is so much easier said than done when your mind and your body and your soul are fighting, and you know that there's something that you can go to that will make you feel better. The strength card is asking you to have the strength not to do that and to work through your anger and pain and be tolerant, because generally when we have addictions, when we have dependencies, when we have things that we are when we need a crutch, it is because there's deep-rooted anger, sadness. There's things that have happened to us that have made us angry, that have made us sad, that have made us non-tolerant. The strength card is asking us to hold on. And these are the new responsibilities that's coming into your world that you might have to juggle a little bit, but this is in a good way. These are good changes that are coming to you. Pisces, if you were waiting maybe to hear about getting into some type of program or something like that, this says that you could be getting good news. You might be getting some important information in regards to something that you've been waiting on, in regards to maybe, like I said, some type of program or some type of assistance or something that you were needing to help you get along this road. You might be getting some important information around that. Now for the last week of July, Pisces, you've got the Nine of Swords upright. And swords are, these are the ultimate weapon. Swords are generally about, intellect. I like to say a war of words. Hmm. Now, this information that you could be getting, because I overall see this, I'll get back to the information, but I overall see this Nine of Swords as, even as you make these changes, as you take these steps, as you come to this change in your life that you're trying to come to, I said before, it's not going to be a cakewalk, and I think that this Nine of Swords is saying that you're going to be still at the end of July, maybe feeling some grief and some guilt. You're going to spend some sleepless nights as a result of what's going on here with your overall energies of the month. You might be reflecting back on some things that have gone on in your journey, and it may keep you up at night. You may be feeling remorseful about maybe some things that you've done to other people, some things that you've done that you know are not in your highest self. It may be causing you to feel not so good about some things that you've done, and that's very natural, especially if you're coming out of something like addiction. Sleepless nights, can be from, again, another symptom of withdrawal. If you've been addicted to any type of drug or substance, it's hard to sleep a lot of times when you cut these things off. Um, if you are a codependent, somehow I'm feeling like maybe if this is some information that you're gonna get, and I don't know why that is yet, but it seems like, you know what, and I'm not gonna just say that's the codependent. Maybe something, you're gonna get some information, or you could get some information, and I'm struggling with how this is going from one way to the next. It seems like it's in, oh well, just because it's important information doesn't necessarily mean it's good. You could get some information that's going to cause you some uncomfort, some discomfort that may cause you some restlessness. The thing about that is, you may be feeling some discomfort with this Nine of Swords at the end of July, but the Strength card trumps that. So this is just, this is minor arcana. This is just something, not even that's just in passing. It's not the biggest theme of the month by far. And these are things that can be manipulated. They can be changed. So, you may feel, and this could, this could be for the month, this could be for a week, this could be just for a day. So I wouldn't get scared about that. It just may be something, and as you go through a life-changing process like this, there are bound to be things that are going to make you, uncomfortable here and there. But that's okay. That's a small thing to a giant, because what you've got going on here is really big, and there is nothing better, Pisces, than to come out of dependency and to stand on your own 2 feet and to feel good every morning when you wake up about the changes that you've made. And this is saying to me that you can absolutely make those changes, Pisces. You can absolutely make those changes. The key is that you absolutely have to be strong. You have to keep fighting. You have to remain tolerant. Don't give up. These two infinity symbols here with the Strength card and with the Two of Pentacles, with those two infinity sides there, that is saying to keep going and 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 keep going into infinity. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. Even if you start to feel guilty, if you start to feel restless, if you start to feel grief, don't give up the fight. That Nine of Swords is passing. This Strength card and this Devil in reverse is what's leading the fight. It leads the fight whether you want it to or not. And in this case, with the Devil card, even though it's the devil, this is you coming out of the dark. You're coming out of the dark. And Pisces, you can win. There's no doubt you can win. All you got to do is stay strong, stay tolerant, stay on the right path. You can do it. You can do it with this strength card. This strength card gives you strength, and like I said, there is growth and there's prosperity, and there is healing. There's healing. The waters will get a little rough as you learn to balance your life. As you come into these changes and start learning how to balance your life, the waters will be rough. And you'll spend some sleepless nights. And the more I think about this, I kind of want to. The information thing is not really clicking with me as what it is that's going to cause you to have some sleepless nights. I really just think that this sleepless nights and guilt and grief just has to do with some of the things that you've been through on your journey. I think whatever news it is that you might receive here with the Two of Pentacles is actually good news. And I just feel like that this Nine of Swords is separate from that news. Okay. So Pisces, let us see what we got here. Hold on. So I like to use numerology to give me an overall energy for the reading. And as I've added all the cards together, the number ruling this reading is the number 5. Fives are about conflicts. It's about frustrations. And if we're talking about addiction and recovery, this is definitely going to bring some conflicts and some frustrations. This is going to be the conflict of old life, new life. It's going to be the frustrations of getting from the old to the new. This is not going to be a walk in the park, like I said. But fives are also about opportunities for changes. It's about recreation. So this is giving you this huge opportunity to change. Yes, there's going to be some frustrations. Yes, there's going to be some conflicts. As this card is saying, sleepless nights. Yep. Guilt, grief, conflict. But this is minor. Very, very minor in comparison to the overall picture. All it's saying is you have the strength and the tolerance to get through it, because the overall picture is you coming out of that old life and into this new. You're going to have to fight for it, honey. And you're going to have a lot of strength. But you can make these changes. And I think I said that about this card too. This is a change card. This is bringing new things into your life, and you're going to have to figure out how to balance those things. But this is an opportunity for you to create and to recreate yourself and recreate your situation. Okay, so Pisces, that's going to do it for us for the month of July 2016. I hope to see you again next month. Stay strong, Pisces.